You know that's like an ignorant way to stand, right? Like,
why?
You're over here, I tell you
I'm actually half handicapped, so that's very offensive that you said that.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I can probably tell
I'm
that
super
you're
offended, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lying and being a high conflict is part of your personality disorder. Why are you looking at women with your fucking eyes?
Are you a woman?
Oh my god, so you...
Oh, I didn't even know, I'm sorry.
I'm non-binary, so it doesn't really matter.
Like, that's why I asked. I was trying to be polite. That's what you should do, right?
Hey guys, what is going on? It's Hidan, and for today's video, guys, we will comment on how womanism has affected women, how it's changed society's values, and of course, the all-time favorite topic, we're gonna cover some delusional individuals. So let's get started with our first TikTok right here. And guys, I would really like to play a game with you where you see this woman on screen, right? So the game will be, you take that woman, you get rid of all the makeup, and you put her in between another 5 women without makeup. And the game will be try and guess which of these 5 women without makeup is this individual right here. Like behind these makeup, there is actually a person. Behind these 5-6 layers of different makeups is a woman that you would never guess is the same person as this one. But let's see what she has to say. And actually, I've muted the video because there is a copyright song. But trust me, you don't want to hear it either way. So let's get started. Okay, so we have all the preferences of these women, of this woman. The last one, gentlemen, I don't want a boy that's talking about forever when we haven't spent a night together. It's funny how some women's idea of leading things to something serious is hooking up for months at a time in situationships, and then all of a sudden, when they feel like they want something stable, it will just drop from the sky, you know? Yeah, well, that's not how it works. Live in your delusions, have your 100 preferences for men, and let's see how that works for you. In the end, we all know how that will work out for you. In the end, you will pick the bad boys who, quote-unquote, have a weak love. You will pick the tough boys, the bad boys. You will pick the chat boys who will cheat on you. And yeah, that's what you're going to do. And then you'll rock up to 30 and you'll ask where all the good men have gone. Guys, invest in boxed wine, okay? Because this woman right here, just this woman, will raise the stocks for boxed wine, let alone all the other boss babes. But let's get to our second TikTok. Oh, let me come home. So guys, in one of our previous videos, we covered a woman crying. At the time ago, women weren't allowed in the workforce. And more than half the comments were of women saying that they want to be stay at home. I think that life is not all about money. I think that family and raising your own kids, spending time with them together brings a lot of more happiness than financial success. So if you have one partner providing enough, is it better for the other partner to be with the kids, or is it better for the other partner to be providing even more money, which you don't need at this point? I leave that to you, honestly, guys. I like this channel to be about, you know, just commenting on things, seeing your takes on it. I'm not forcing, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not forcing my ideas onto you. I'm not forcing my ideas on society. I wouldn't want to. I think that every woman can pick, you know, her own future if she wants to stay at home or if she wants to walk. But kind of as a society, well, as a society, I mean, it's not men, it's womanism who has done this, but they've shown staying at home and being a mother in a bad light, you know? It's womanism who has done that. It's not men, it's not the regular woman, it's womanism. who has, you know, forced all women into working and have, you know, sees like patriarchal to be a stay-at-home mother. But let's cover our next TikTok because it's more of the same thing.
Tell me, what is something they told you in school that you found out is a complete lie?
In high school, they said that women fought really hard to vote in the women's suffrage movement. Turns out that's a lie. They did a survey of like 575,000 women, and 96% of them did not want the right to vote. They didn't want to be involved in politics or the government. They wanted to stay home, take care of the kids, do what they loved at that point. So yeah, that blew my mind.
Tell me.
Okay, so guys, apparently there was a survey, you know, back in the day of women wanting to join the workforce, and apparently 96% of them didn't want to. Now let's read some of the comments, shall we? First comment, have you never learned of internalized misogyny and the reason behind why so many women did not believe being involved in politics suited them? Okay, so apparently these 96% of women that didn't want to join the workforce, they were just misogynistics, you know, guys? They just hated women. They were the evil impersonification, the enemy of women's freedoms. Next comment, this is the one with the most likes. So did they pick you? Sad face. Apparently, if you're not a radical womanist, if you have any other opinion, you're just a pick-me. You want attention. Another comment. Women were sociologically conditioned into accepting their subordinate political roles. The first step towards equality was filtering this out. Again, these 96% of women, they were misguided, they were blinded, they were stupid and naive, they didn't know what best suited them. Let's read another comment, guys. Here come the feminists to argue the stats of the survey. Exactly. They didn't want the right to vote because at the time it meant you had to pay taxes and be part of the draft and fire department in most cities. Now, I think, you know, women can do whatever they please, but take the responsibility of the consequences. You want to be part of the workforce? Cool. Pay taxes, spend 40 plus years working, which will make you spend much less time with your family and friends, which may lower your chances of finding a good partner, which may lower your chances of having kids. You know, cool, you want to do that? Perfectly cool, but take on the responsibility. And we have another comment here. Because they wanted to destroy traditional families and create a larger consumer base for products. Now, I leave that to you, gentlemen. Again, I don't want to force my ideas onto anyone. I just think it's nice to comment everything. But yeah, it's just funny how whenever you have a different opinion, then women should absolutely work at all times. Every woman, you know, people get shamed. If a woman wants to stay at home, if she wants to be a traditional woman, people shame her or call her misguided. But let's check, guys, our last TikTok, and then we'll move to a rate story.
Vous êtes des animaux.
So this person says, maybe you can't read it. Wait, so you're saying I can get jacked and loaded and deadlift and swear and still be a feminine traditional wife? Based. And this person replies with, I'm not a traditional wife, nor do I aspire to be one. I want to be a trophy wife who shops all day, hosts women's high tea events, is the hottest Range Rover mom at the school pickup, gets her husband to fund all her silly little business ideas, and publishes silly little books. Guys, is anyone interested in this offer? Does any man want to take this wife as a traditional wife? The first question is, what makes you, you know, a candidate for a man's money? So let's say there is a man with a lot of money and he wants a traditional wife. Excuse me, not a traditional wife, a trophy wife. Why should he pick you? Are you the most attractive one? Are you the most pleasant one? Are you the best trophy wife there is? No, you're not. The narcissism, guys. And it's funny how this woman says, I don't want to be a traditional wife, but she wants a traditional man who earns a lot of money, who funds her little business ideas, who funds her little books, you know, who funds her Range Rover. But guys, talking about women who don't want to be traditional but want a traditional man. Let's check the Reddit story we have for today. Shortage of liberal men on dating apps. I feel like I'm going crazy. May as well just stop trying. I live in a progressive city. In just the past 2 days, I talked to 2 guys who said they voted for Trump and 2 guys who quote-unquote don't care. I also keep swiping past a lot of guys who put moderate, which is like 70% chance they're conservative, it seems. Isn't that disgusting, guys? I don't want to miss a good guy by being so specific. I guess there might be guys who are actually more center, or they care about, or they care but don't think voting makes a huge difference like specific locations. But I guess the thought of dating a guy who just doesn't care about women's rights and everything else annoys and offends me so much, naturally. So apparently, if you are not liberal, you hate women. If you are not liberal, you don't want women's rights. Interesting. Then there's the libertarian guys, which I feel I shouldn't cut off, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess another reason for me that this is hard is because a lot of the non-conservative men don't want kids, or they are very alternative, like doing substances, which I don't like, etc. So I swipe past them all too, which I guess leads me to believe hardly any liberal man who wants a family isn't going to be single, sad face. So this woman doesn't want to be traditional, but she wants to be empowered, you know, but she wants a traditional man. She wants a man that will be a provider. She wants a man that wants to have kids at an early age. She wants a man that is traditional, but not ideologically, you know. He must be traditional in the things that I want, but he can't be traditional ideologically. He can't, you know, politically support the more traditional aspect of things. Isn't that interesting? Guys, don't be fooled. Most women, and when I say most, it's like 95% of women, they want a traditional man. They can be empowered, they can be boss babes, they can be queens, whatever you want them to be, but they still want traditional men. They want men who will be financially successful. They want men who can fix things around the house, who can be tech savvy. They want men who, you know, will lift heavy things and move them around the house. They want men who will take them on dates, who will open doors, who will be, you know, gentlemen. They want men who will plan dates, etc. They want traditional men, but they don't want to be traditional themselves. So I want to be empowered, but at the same time, while not providing or contributing anything to the traditional values, I want a man who will be traditional, you know, in regards to the more, you know, the old-fashioned, the traditional ways and values. Isn't that ironic? So yeah, guys, that will be the video for today. Leave me in the comments what your thoughts are. I really like reading them. I really like open discussions and different points of views. Again, I'm not forcing my ideas on everyone. I just thought it's kind of interesting to see how in today's age, men who are traditional are highly valued, like really highly valued. But at the same time, you can't be traditional ideologically. And at the same time, you have to settle with a woman that is not traditional at all. But that will be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.